beans and peas. So I'm hoping that you guys are having a great time of day. So I'm here to share great information about beans and peas. Simply call them legumes. So many people out there are legume intolerant. They can't stand legumes. They get a reaction after consumption of these great staples, and out of these very severe acute symptoms, they felt like, turning away from these foods. They felt like pushing these foods off their tables. I'm here to beg you not to. I'm here to provide you with lasting remedial measures. Information is power. Let's help sensitize the public. Let's help spread this great information. Share this video out. Let's get people to fall back in love with this great conventional dish. They are a big part of our diet. A great staple. It's got great benefits, and I'll talk about these benefits at some point in this video. But right before I get into that route of things, I would like to pose a question. Have you had a scenario whereby you grappling with the after effects of having consumed beans? Effects such as acute bloating, flatulence, a gassy stomach, and it can be very, very uncomfortable around people, at work, at home, to a point that you can't even bend down, twist, or stretch, because anything that applies pressure on your abdominal cavity, it just renders you gassing uncontrollably. They call that tooting. Yeah, so it's quite a very embarrassing situation in itself. Most people have felt mortified, especially when these catastrophic mishap happens around people. So I've noted people struggling with these issues, and that's what itched me to put together this content. So right before I jump deeper into providing the remedies, I would like to venture just a bit lightly on some of the benefits that we tend to accrue by incorporating beans in our diet. So beans are very essential. Beans are saliently very important in our diet. They provide us with a great deal of proteins. Proteins, like you all know, are the main building blocks of our body. They're rich in amino acids, and our bodies need these amino acids when it comes to the processes of repairing and healing. Secondly, beans are a great source of minerals: iron, zinc, potassium, and magnesium. Very important mineral elements for body functioning. And thirdly, beans are very crucial, essentially important, because they have a very key nutrients such as vitamin E, nutrients such as B vitamins. You need them to fortify your immune system. Beans, on the other hand, contain very important called antioxidants, very crucial compounds in cell restoration, damaged tissues, damaged cells. And crucially important is their role in prevention of chronic illnesses. That's why most dietary experts out there can't emphasize this sufficiently. They want people to incorporate these legumes in their diet. So I'm gonna move on and talk about some great fiber that's found in beans, and this is what or rather the ground or the platform where this whole conversation anchors. Beans contain two types of fibers: the digestible fiber and the non-digestible fiber. So this video anchors on non-digestible fiber because digestible fibers are easier to break down, and basically this is what supplies your body with those essential nutrients. But non-digestible fiber, your body is not equipped to break down these sugars. Their molecular chain is a bit complex, and for that reason, or like I've said, your body lacks, if I can venture in a bit deep on this, infrastructural enzyme to break down these complex sugars into simpler sugars that can be much easier for the body to absorb in, right? So they don't get broken down upstream. Your stomach is very acidic, so you can imagine them surviving this acidic nature to make it downstream into your colon, academically referred to as large intestines. So in large intestines, these non-digestible sugars will latch on, will combine with the resident bacteria colony under a process called fermentation, with its greatest byproduct being excessive gas. So this explains it all. Excessive flatulence, discomfort and bloating, all these symptoms can be amplified by eating beans. So what are some of the factors, what are some of the practices that we can bring on board to try and mitigate or altogether alleviate these harsh symptoms that tend to emanate from indulging in beans? So I've got quite a list with me, and the number one aspect that you need to bear in mind is that when you prepping to cook up your beans, ensure that you pre-soak them for preferably a window time of about 12 to 24 hours overnight. That will help these non-digestible chemicals in these beans to release into the soaking water. So secondly, you're gonna need to gradually introduce your body into beans. Don't just go all out. If you're looking to start using beans, start by small amounts and work your way up. Search and sort out different kinds or types of beans based on how your body tolerance is. Some beans can be very gassy. They can exponentially rocket your gaseous symptoms. So for that reason, try and look for those types of beans that give you a minimal effect. We have different types of beans. We have lima beans, black-eyed beans, chickpeas, soya beans, navy beans. And the list goes on and on and on. So in my case, if I can give my personal testament, I don't like to flirt with black beans. I tried them out and they took me for 1,000 miles an hour. You all know in layman terms what that means. So what works for me is pinto beans. I've been using them. Chickpeas, no issues with them, and soya beans. And the fourth remedy is digestive enzymes, or what some pharmaceuticals would call enzymatic pills. These pills are very efficient. In terms of efficacy, I would give them 100%. I've tried them out and they do work. I mean, there are some guidelines that you have to follow, and I mean, that's just but very rudimentary, very easier to understand. So just read the instructions, and you should be able to know or understand how to take them appropriately. So my most preferential brand is this one here, Bino. They've got different brand names out there: Beanzymes, Bean Relief, and so on and so forth. So get yourself what works for you, and take off with that. Fourth, or rather fifth, is exercising. Get yourself in that circuit of constant exercising. Walk around, do some weightlifting, do some jogging, just anything that would help the stomach muscles to vibrate a bit. That's very helpful, because that will facilitate these gas to expel out. Lastly, and this is very crucial, is to bring up your hydration levels every time you consume beans. Ensure you drink up a lot of fluid. It's very important for me to put this out there. So statistically, people are supposed to fart or pass gas at least 20 times a day. So you don't have to worry if you within this very later, but the moment you shoot over something that you've eaten, then from that point on, start thinking of bringing on board some of these remedies that I've just proposed. So this marks the end of this video. I hope you guys find this video useful.